Hi everyone and welcome to INFINOX Market Insights with me, Richard Perry, analysing markets for INFINOX on Wednesday the 9th of June. Now into this session there's a fairly mixed outlook. The lack of real major drivers with the Fed in blackout period and coming ahead of the ECB and US inflation data on Thursday means that markets are looking for direction and not really finding it at the moment. There was a reaction to the Fed, to the non-farm payrolls report on Friday where the dollar sold back lower again, and that sort of helped to nip a little dollar rally in the bud. But now subsequently markets are fairly mixed and not really able to find too much direction. Maybe we'll get something out of the ECB and maybe the US inflation numbers, but it could be that this consolidation moves all the way through to the Fed meeting next Wednesday. Now, on the docket today, we're looking out for the Bank of Canada monetary policy meeting. Nothing too interesting expected from the Bank of Canada. It's already tapering its asset purchases and it's likely to toe the similar path. Now, with regards to the INFINOX support and resistance table, that is at the end of this video, so that's good for your levels. So onto the charts, we've got Eurodollar coming ahead of the ECB meeting. Eurodollar is starting to look a little bit more consolidation phase, but the sell-off isn't really happening, but also resistance is starting to build. Similarly, we're looking out for the gold chart. Trend channel is intact, but resistance is starting to build. And finally, onto the DAX. Is this a buying opportunity? DAX breakout this week to all-time highs, but it's starting to pull back towards a key level of support. So let's take a look at these charts. And onto the INFINOX MT5 platform now, and we can see here with the dollar index, just starting with it actually, the big sell-off that we saw on dollar index started to turn around last week, but then on Friday with the payrolls report disappointment, that resistance that had been forming around the 90.40 to 90.60 area has come back in and is now building as an important level of resistance. However, the selling pressure back on the dollar has not really followed through, and in recent days it's fairly much in a consolidation phase. But this resistance at 90.40 to 90.60 needs to now be watched. So equate that with the Eurodollar chart. Basically, is the flip of the dollar index chart, with the resistance at 90.40 to 90.60 on dollar index equating to this 21 big figure level of support up to 21.50. So these are levels that we need to be watching. That basis of support now coming in. Is this going to be a level that holds now on Eurodollar? With the fact that Eurodollar rebounded on Friday, just came back towards the 22 big figure level. But look at this momentum on Eurodollar, where momentum was strong through the run higher, up towards 70 on the RSI previously back in the April time, started to struggle around the 65 level. Now could it be that it's struggling around the 60 level of RSI? So that would suggest slowing momentum and question marks over the further upside potential in this chart. So 22 big figure is a key level of resistance. We can see that on the 4-hour chart, and we need to move through that to really start to build higher lows and higher highs once more. And onto the gold chart, we're still in this uptrend channel and it's flanked by this 21-day moving average, this pink line here we've got here. So that comes in around 1880. So that's a key level of support, certainly on a closing basis, that I'm watching out for on this gold chart. However, the rebound that we saw on Friday just started to peter out again around the 1900 bucks area. And 1904 was the reaction high that we saw on Monday, and needs to now be broken to really start to regain some of the upside initiative, because you do effectively have these run of lower highs now on gold, which could mean that gold drags back towards this uptrend channel. So I'm looking out for the 21-day moving average initially as support, and obviously the uptrend channel, which comes in around the 80.70 mark at the moment. 18.55 is key support. And finally onto the DAX, the breakout that we saw to all-time highs has just started to pull back slightly, and we've got some basis of support around the 15,500 area to 15,600 area. We're looking at that as a key level of support holding on a pullback, and if it does start to hold, that is a nice buying opportunity level. Decent momentum, but not exactly exceptionally positive, but I still think you'd be looking to buy into the weakness, and certainly with the positive bias. You wouldn't want the DAX to fall below the 15,350 area, which is now a pivot line which actually forms over the last few months, and that is where we're looking out for in terms of the key basis of support, but still buying into weakness, I think, on the DAX. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it informative for your trading. Join me again on Friday where we'll be looking at the fallout from the ECB and the US inflation numbers and looking ahead to the Michigan sentiment. So I'll leave you with the INFINOX support and resistance table and I'll speak to you then. Thank you very much.